Good morning, brothers and sisters. Hope you're having a blessed day. There is so many people out there that still don't know Jesus and the free gift that was given to us, the gift of grace, and then there are those who just refuse to accept it. And I don't understand why. It's free. They rather try and work their way into heaven, but they can't. The only way into heaven is the finished work on the cross. God sent us His only Son to us because God loves us. Before Jesus died on the cross, Jesus done so many wonderful miracles. He preached and He taught multitudes of people. Jesus healed the sick, made the blind to see, cast out demons, and sent them into swine. He saved Mary Magdalene from being stoned for adultery. He also cast out 7 demons out of her. And Mary, she also washed Jesus' feet with her tears and dried them with her hair. And Mary also anointed Jesus for his burial. And Jesus raised her brother Lazarus after he'd been dead 4 days from the dead. He even stopped a woman's blood flow of 12 years just for her touching his garment. There is so much more he did that was wonderfully amazing, and that showed how much he loved us. And now about Jesus' arrest. The Pharisees wasn't very happy for the things that Jesus was doing, the miracles that he was doing. So they were looking for a way to destroy Jesus, to kill him. So they used one of Jesus' own disciples to betray him. It was Judas Iscariot for 30 pieces of silver. I don't know about you, but I couldn't betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. I couldn't even do it for 30,000 pieces of silver. No amount of anything could make me betray Jesus. This was done during Passover. Jesus was arrested at the Garden of Gethsemane after he was done praying to the Father. And while Jesus was being arrested, Peter came with a sword and cut off one of the soldiers' ears off, and Jesus healed the soldier's ear, and that was the last miracle Jesus performed when they took Jesus away to be tried and sentenced to death. And while this trial was going on, Peter, one of the 12 disciples, denied Jesus 3 times when he had been asked if he knew Jesus or if he was with Jesus. Now the questioning and accusations of Jesus was just about through, and Pilate, from everything he had listened about Jesus, he could find nothing worthy of death. Nothing at all. And he was asking, since it was Passover, he could free a prisoner. And he had one of the most notorious murderers, Barabbas, or Jesus. And the Pharisees had stirred up the crowd to free Barabbas. And he was saying, what of Jesus? And they were all yelling, crucify him. And he yelled again, but he's done nothing worthy of death. They said, crucify him, crucify him. And then Pilate washed his hands. He said he's washed his hands of this innocent blood. So he took him and had him scourged and had him beaten. And His side was ripped open. He was bloodied. He had a crown of thorns put on his head. He was spit on. He was hit on the head. And they brought him, then when they were done, they brought him back to Pilate. And then they still wanted Jesus crucified. They just wanted him they wanted him dead. And so then they led him away down through the streets carrying his cross, where he was being kicked and spit on again and hit until Jesus couldn't carry his cross anymore. So then they compelled a Cyrene named Simon to help him carry the cross the rest of the way to a place named Golgotha, also named as place of a skull. So then they hung him on the cross between two thieves. One didn't like him and things, and the one on the right, the person on the right said, "This man is innocent." And Jesus told him, "And you will be with me in paradise." Well, then it wasn't long after that he ended up dying, giving up his spirit to his Father. And then after that, a man named Joseph, a prominent man named Joseph, who was also one of Jesus' disciples, came and asked Pilate for the body. And he asked the guard there, "Is he dead?" And Pilate told the guy, "Make sure he's dead." So he took a sword or a spear and pierced his side to make sure he was dead. Well, he was dead. And then they let Joseph have the body, where he could be taken to the tomb and wrapped in linen. And then it was sealed for 3 days and 3 nights. Well, then Mary Magdalene and Mary, Jesus' mother, was going to the tomb on the first day of the week. And as they were approaching the tomb, they saw that the stone was rolled away. And they looked in there, and there was a man sitting at the end of where Jesus was laying. "Are you looking for Jesus of Nazareth? Where have you taken him? Jesus is raised," he was telling them. And the person told them to go tell his brethren that he would be at Galilee, and to meet him there, and to tell him and to tell the disciples what they have seen. Well, the disciples didn't believe him when they was telling them. And that's about the way it went, brothers and sisters. I hope this blessed somebody today. I love you all, my brothers and sisters. And those who come across this channel, I pray that you believe in the finished work and seek the Lord if you don't know him. Have a blessed day. I love you all.